Hi, Anne.
Hello, Mark. We
Oh,
have
it's not working, panelist.
some attendees who are hopped on a little bit early. Thank you for joining, everyone. We'll get started in about 4 or 5 minutes here. So just hang tight and then we'll get all set.
Sure, that's great. Whenever you decide to hand me the sharing, I'll start sharing once you're ready for me to do that.
Great. And if you want to do that now and get set up, that's fine.
Sure, that'd be great. That way I can just make sure that I have all the permissions when it's time to go.
Great. Thank you.
Let's see. Yeah, I currently actually do not have sharing privileges. I think that's something that you'll need to provide.
Sure thing.
Sorry, thanks. That's perfect. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Let me put on my camera here. My name is Ann Sari. I am the executive director with the Converged user group. We're excited to welcome you to our first community hour in VR. So we're excited that you're here via Zoom for the live stream. Mark is going to be helping guide us around the VR environment today and making sure that we can hear the presentation, connect with attendees in VR. So really looking forward to making sure that this is a integrated experience. So if you have questions during today's community hour, please put those in the chat. Mark will work with our on-site roving reporter in VR to ask those questions. So we encourage you to get involved. And if you have any questions during today's community hour, just let us know. We are happy to help. And like I said, this is our first community hour in VR. So we might have a few bumps in the road to get started here. So Mark, if you need anything from me, let me know. I know you're going to share the live stream for everybody here on Zoom.
Sure. Yes, thank you so much. It's going to be really fun. If you do see any questions pop up that I don't kind of immediately hop on, please let me know. That way, because I usually jump back and forth between the Zoom and AltSpace talking, so it can be a very interesting thing. So yeah, if you don't mind relaying those to me, if you see anything pop up that I don't kind of jump on right away, that'll be really awesome. Yes, and please, to everyone out there, please don't be shy in asking questions. I'll be sure to relay that to anyone on camera, as it were. So it's going to be a fun time. So thanks to everybody. So have fun.
Thank you, Mark. And while Mark is teeing up the live stream here, I will share a couple housekeeping items with the group. So today's community hour, we do have Chris Stanley. He's with Loop Up and also on the Converged User Group Board of Directors. And we also have Reddy here from Dell. So we're going to hear some great updates on VxRail and also a sneak preview of what's coming up around the corner at VMworld. So another item I did want to share with the group is we have a couple other VR events coming up. So after this event, we'll make sure to share an update with everybody. We will have an event on October 6th during VMworld and also on October 7th. So you can join those events via Zoom live stream as well. So we'll make sure that you have all of those details. All right, but thank you again for joining. We will get the live stream up soon, and here we go. All right, thank you, Mark. And Mark, feel free to share anything with the group as you're exploring the space.
I will. So what we'll do is we'll get started pretty soon. The big thing is getting everyone in here, and the audio, I usually don't share the audio right away. So I usually don't share the audio right away because there's a lot of noise around you. Once I get connected with our roving reporter, I'll turn on the audio. Actually, I might turn it on a little sooner than that because the speakers are about to begin. So I'll make sure that we're ready to go. And then afterwards, we'll kind of do a little tour around the space. And if you have questions or want me to look at something specific, please let me know and we'll kind of head that direction. So let me go ahead and I'm going to mute myself so you don't hear me talking. And then I will turn the audio on with the AltSpace. So give me just one moment.
Thank you.
Out of headset or something. Do you just want to make sure we
Yeah.
get back actually? Sure, I mean, thank you for the auditorium.
So for now, I will talk. So yeah, this is AltSpace. And so it's really cool to be able to hear sort of the spatial audio happens inside of AltSpace. If you ever get an opportunity to get a headset and come in, it's a totally different experience because you really feel presence and you feel like people are really there in the space. So as I approach people who are talking, as we come into this room, you'll probably start to hear the audio up. And you can hear.
It doesn't look like it to me, but I'm just gonna, let me go. Actually a little and see what happens.
Can you hear the audio right now in the
Yes,
space?
very, very
There you
faint.
go.
David, I can barely hear
And
you.
that's okay because
Should I
it's a
move
distance
this?
How
thing. So
about
the
this?
closer I am to someone,
There you
the
go.
louder they get.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Everybody, awesome. I saw some hands waving in the air. Yeah, give me some
There's David.
emoji if the audience can hear me, or yep, wave your hands. You
If
know,
you can't tell from the
do a
hat.
little. There we go. Awesome. Well, everybody, thank you so much for coming. And welcome to another Converged Community Hour. My name's David Giesica. I run the Converged User Group program for Dell Technologies. I also sit on the board of the Converged User Group. We've got an incredible program for you today, and I'm super excited to bring you into Altspace VR, into the Converged VR Lounge. So everybody in the VR Lounge with your full immersion, please get comfortable. You know, we've got space here. This is the stage. For the folks on the Zoom, welcome. And we really are looking forward to bringing you a new way of Zooming. And hopefully we're going to fancy make it that, hey, how do I get one of those headsets? Maybe I could join in person. So we're going to get into that. We've got the Converge Community Hours on monthly, the third Thursday of every month at noon Eastern. We're coming into VMworld season, so we're 2 weeks away. We're going to have some great VMware and VMworld updates for you, but also mark your calendars for some more VR Lounge, October 6th and October 7th. More details to follow. As we jump right in, the program today, we're going to have a nice fireside chat or a chat between two VxRails, between Chris Stanley, Converge User Group Board of Directors, and Rick Reddy, Senior Director, VxRail Product Management from Dell Technologies. They're going to give you some updates, and then we are going to break from the stage and go out to the lounge where we have conversation stations with VxRail experts, VxBlock experts, PowerFlex experts. We have games in VR. So please listen to the conversation, enjoy that, and then we will get out and really explore VR. Everybody ready to go? Give me some hands. Give me some emojis. Let's see, can we do some emojis? Let's do emojis. Woo! All right. I would like to invite on stage Chris Stanley, Converge User Group Board of Directors, and Rick Reddy. Gentlemen, please teleport on up. Woo, look at that. Fantastic. Chris Stanley, everybody. Rick Reddy, everybody. So Chris is going to get himself into his chair, seated. Rick, look at that. You're a pro, my friend. Absolute pro. If you guys get thirsty, we've got some sponsor, another Converge User Group Board of Directors, New Belgium Brewing. Little plug for them, a little fun. Welcome, guys. Chris, you all established?
I'm all good. Can you hear me?
Let's see. Can we hear him? All right, folks.
No.
It's good. No?
No? Yeah?
No.
We're
It's a
getting
little-
some yes and no.
It's okay. Hey,
Let's see
Chris?
here.
Hey, Chris, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I haven't got any host tools down
Alright,
the side.
Yeah, remember the host tools I showed you guys? So this is why we
Yeah,
did
then-
that. So if you go to that, right, this is your big moment, Chris. Okay?
Oh, they're
So
not-
you're
He
gonna
doesn't have them.
Okay? And you're
No
gonna go
pressure.
Chris doesn't have host tools.
So your host tools are not showing up right now?
No.
Gotcha. Okay.
Bear with us,
Alright,
folks. This is a new technology.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes?
Yep.
All right.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, I have host tools.
Ed is also
I've got mine. You should be able to hear me now.
Okay, very good.
Much better.
Chris got you loud and clear.
Cool.
Nicely done,
Jeremy?
guys. Nicely
Right.
done. Okay.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
Ed's on stage.
Thank you, Ed.
He's,
All right, Chris,
he was
rock
on
and
stage just
roll.
helping out.
You ready to
Can
go?
everyone on Zoom here okay?
Yep. Thank you, Dave. Welcome, everyone. Really excited to get back
Yes,
into person
sounds good.
meetings. But until then, we think we found the next best technology to bring most of that experience to our remote world. Hope you enjoy it as much as we do, and come find me, say hi to Talk Shop at the back. If you turn your heads around, you should be able to look at the back. We'll all be out there at the breakout sessions. Let us know what you think about the whole experience, any way we can improve. And be sure to mark your calendars as well for VMworld October 6th and 7th, where we've got a couple of really good events. There's more information on that on convergedusergroup.com/events. And we'll dive right into it. Okay, so welcome again, everyone. Really excited to get this kind of new normal, maybe, as it may become, and getting the sense of community back while we can't travel. We're going to pump 3 questions, but the breakout conversations at the back afterwards. is where the VR experiences really sort of come to life. So come say hi to me, Rick, David, the rest of the guys will be happy to chat, play some basketball, etc. And moving on, Rick, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here, Chris.
Sorry.
So,
can you hear me?
go ahead.
You can hear me, yeah? I don't have to do sign language yet. Okay. We're gonna. Sorry, I'm just getting my drink. Okay. What have you been up to this year? How have you been?
Well, like most people, I'm still getting accustomed to this virtual world that we're living in here, not just 3D VR space, which I have to say is pretty cool. But like all great working from home experiences, 5 minutes ago, a construction crew landed out in front of my house and they're digging up the street. So I apologize to any of you if you hear a lot of background noise. Could be a dog barking or what have you, but today it's construction. So I apologize.
No,
But
that's fine. Sorry,
it's the
Karen.
world we live in, right? So when I back to your question here, the thing I love most about being part of the VxRail team is that we're constantly innovating, and 2021 looks to be an even or our best year yet. And we're only 9 months into it, and I can't tell you all the things that we're going to be doing, but I'm going to tell you what we've been working on publicly. I believe it's been 5 or 6 months since we last got together and tried this for the very first time. Um, since that, we've launched VxRail on the 15th generation of PowerEdge servers, right? And what does this mean to you? It means more. It means more of everything. You've got more cores, up to 40 cores per socket. You've got more RAM, up to 4 TB of RAM per node. You've got more Intel Optane persistent memory, up to 8 TB per node. I don't know what I'd use 8 TB of Optane for, but I want it, right? I want it at home. We also have double the number of PCIe lanes, more GPU cards, and on some platforms, additional storage options. Right, so 15G really allows VxRail to expand into bigger and broader use cases, and we're very excited about that. But just because it goes bigger doesn't mean it has to go. You have to go bigger. It could also scale down small, just like we could do with 14G. Another use case that we're super excited about is one where we know that VxRail is very good at pretty much all workloads. Customers are running workloads of every type on VxRail. But there's some workloads that are either very storage centric or very compute centric, where customers like the ability to scale those two independently. Let me introduce you to VxRail dynamic nodes. Right? Think of these as ESXi nodes, compute nodes, with all the goodness that you love about VxRail. Right? You can form clusters of these dynamic nodes and attach them to either VxRails in an HCI mesh configuration where your storage is, or to Dell EMC arrays such as PowerEdge. So now you have the ability to get those few remaining workloads that you don't have on VxRail onto a VxRail-like environment. Right. This is something that people have been asking for, and we've recently launched it. So those are VxRail dynamic nodes. Additionally, our HCI system software is. Oh, did you have a question?
No.
Oh,
carry on.
You were cheering from the sidelines.
I was cheering. Yeah, I was gonna. There we go.
Oh, there we go. There we
Good
go.
stuff, Rick. Keep it going.
So, we also have our HCI system software, right? And this is really the intelligence behind the infrastructure for us. And I just wanted to touch on a couple of things because, we constantly are approving it and involving it. But two key areas that I thought would be of interest to you would be we're going through what we're now calling our lifecycle management transformation. VxRail, as you probably know, has been in market for 5.5 years. So during that time, lifecycle management has always been one of our lead features and functionalities. Right? Through our automation and our validated images, we've been able to get you from point A to point B in your software journey. Right? What we haven't been able to do is address a few use cases that we wanted to be able to do. And this is starting our transformation. Right? So what you're going to see from us in our most recent software release are a couple of new features, and these are just kind of like the foundation of more yet to come. But customers have asked us for things like including third-party VIBs in our upgrades. And so think of something like NSX. Right? You could take the NSX VIB, the upgrade VIB, put it into the VxRail update system, and we will take care of updating NSX across the cluster while we're upgrading everything else. I use the word select because there are going to be more of these coming. I can't really talk about it right now. You'll see this as kind of a repeated theme for me that marketing has asked me not to steal their thunder, right? So I'm not going to steal their thunder. But there's more coming up around the third-party VIB support. But also giving you the ability to do pause and resume during lifecycle management, giving you much better information about when you need to do an upgrade and why you need to do an upgrade, and also giving you information around compliance drift, right? When various nodes in your clusters may be drifting from a configuration perspective, right? So there's a lot that will be coming around lifecycle management, and this is one of our key features. So we wanted to tell you about that. In addition, we always work on serviceability. It's something that's totally not sexy. Nobody loves talking about serviceability except me, right? And I love talking about it because it affects 100% of you, right? It's us getting better at serviceability, right? And how can we make, the VxRail the easiest product for you when things go south? It's over the last year, we've done a lot around our eventing system. We've changed a lot of our events and our alerts. We've made them smarter. We've covered more potential issues and components. And then we've also enhanced, and now we have well over 80 events that will trigger automated SRs when they're seen. So something happens on your system, Dell EMC automatically creates an SR on your behalf, right? So we've been working really hard on this. As you can kind of imagine, there are places we could go with this to make serviceability much more automated. And I'd ask you to stay tuned because there's a lot more to talk about on this, but just not here and just not now. Right. But
Cool.
serviceability is something that, like I said, it's super important to all of you. And I think I'm the only person who likes to talk about it.
I'm sure there are others, Rick.
Oh, yeah. Well, customers like talking about it. Let me tell you, with all my customer calls, customers love to talk about it. So lastly, I just wanted to briefly cover something that that we're doing around, we're calling it customer self-deploy, right? And this is not for everybody, but we have a set of customers who are very competent when it comes to networking in particular. And they are asking to do large scale deployments. They may be, you know, dozens or hundreds of clusters, and they would like the ability to do this themselves. So what we're looking at from a deployment is kind of a good, better, best strategy. A good strategy is for customers that have this skill and have this need. We are going to empower them to be able to do their own deployment. We've been putting together portals for them. We've been putting together all sorts of training materials and collateral to make sure that that these customers can go and deploy VxRails when and how they need to deploy them. A better strategy is something that has become very popular during COVID, which is pro deploy remote, where you as a customer can do your own racking and stacking, cabling, and then our deployment professionals will come in remotely and configure all the clusters on your behalf. And then there's the best option, which is Pro Support Plus. And this is, or sorry, Pro Deploy Plus. And this is what most people choose because even if they have the skill sets to do the deployments themselves, they don't want to, right? So, this is where Dell EMC comes in and does everything soup to nuts and hands the keys over to you. So think of good, better, and best. But if you're a customer that has the need to do your own deployments and you're going to be doing deployments at scale, let us know because we have a program that we're working on for you.
Cool.
And Chris, those are
Very
kind of
good.
like the top things that come to my mind
Yeah,
that we've
yeah,
done in
yeah.
the last
I mean,
6 months.
The self-deploy, I mean, that's something as a someone who's had VxRail since 2017 is something that we were keen to do. So that's very good to hear. And Pro Deploy Plus, I suppose, something during a pandemic is it's a lot more useful for us as well, who's someone who has global data centers and can't potentially get flights to these places. So all good to hear. The VMware and Dell Technologies partnership, is there anything you can tell us there? How's the partnership now, and can members expect that after spin-off regarding VxRail? Put you on the spot,
So
that it's in the news.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, Chris. So this has to be like one of the number one questions that we in product management get when we're talking to customers. So I'll answer this in two different ways. I'll start with answering it by how Michael Dell is answering it, because Michael's been active not only going and talking to customers directly about it, but he's been very active in the press. And what he said is that expect no changes, right? The partnership between Dell and VMware is incredibly strong and will continue to be incredibly strong after the spinoff. Um, and he reminds people that he will still be the chairman of the board of Dell and the chairman of the board of VMware, and also the largest shareholder of Dell and the largest shareholder of VMware. So I think he's implying that things aren't going to really change. But I will tell you from my experience down in the trenches, which is very different than Michael's experience, right? Clearly. But we've been working on VxRail with VMware for over 7 years, right? We launched it 5.5 years ago, but this program's been around even longer. And through that time, we've gotten a very good working relationship with VMware. Didn't start off that way, but it's become that way, and it's because of the success of the program and how it's become strategic for both businesses. So I don't want the kind of things to remain the way they are. I want them to get better because they have been getting better for years, right? So, VMware is clearly our closest partner in this, and we are super excited and super happy to continue this journey with them. There may be a couple of weeks a keynote at VMworld. I think VMworld's coming up in a couple of weeks, and there's a keynote with Jeff, the vice chairman of Dell, and Raghu, the CEO of VMware, and I'll bet they'll be talking about it in this forum.
Yeah, and that brings us nicely on to VMworld, which is fast approaching. Is there anything else that you can share with members that they should be looking out for?
Yeah, so I think I warned you earlier that marketing will kill me if I tell you some of the things that are upcoming, because I'll be stealing their thunder. I am a trained professional. I am not going to steal their thunder, right? Just want to be clear about that. So with VMworld coming up, and then a few weeks after that is the Dell Technologies Summit, there are going to be quite a few announcements that will be coming out. at those shows regarding VxRail. So I'd ask you to kind of, watch the news for them. We're very excited about them. But at VMworld in particular, if you haven't registered yet, register. Even if you don't have the time to attend at this point in time, one of the greatest things about VMworld is the ability to go back and watch sessions that may have conflicted with other meetings or life events that you are having. But you can go and constantly stay updated. We will be in 4 different sessions, or VxRail will be in 4 different sessions. We're going to be talking about kind of the edge and easing deployment at the edge. We're going to be talking about storage options for VCF on VxRail. We are going to be talking about our partnership with NVIDIA, and there's a lot more that's coming around NVIDIA. And additionally, we're going to be talking about some Apex offerings, and that's Dell's as a service managed offering that has been put together. And VxRail plays a key component in many of those offerings. And in general, the most exciting thing I started with, which is just being part of the VxRail team and all the innovation that we're doing. And when it comes down to these trade shows, this is where it all kind of comes together. You'll see these announcements that we've been working on. You're going to see the sessions of what we've been up to. And, it's been a very fun 2021. And from the VxRail team to you, our customers, I want to thank you for all that you've done for us and all the information that you keep bringing back in so we can improve the product.
Great. Thank you, Rick. And yeah, just a reminder that there's 2 more VR events like this in VMworld, October 6th and October 7th. So be sure to register for those. But great talking with you, Rick. Thank you very much for all the information. And I'm sure everyone will practice their emojis now and get us some hands clapping for you.
We could do
David,
that.
over to you, sir.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you.
Look at that, look at-
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Rick. Can you guys hear me? I'm right behind you.
We can hear you.
Awesome.
That would
All
be a
right,
Rick.
good deal. Thanks, gents.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you, everyone. So, as they mentioned multiple times, but I'll say it one more time, Chris and Rick will be available for conversation. So in a few minutes, we will get out there. Chris and Rick, you guys can teleport off your chairs to the audience or get pre-positioned. I'd like to invite Ed Zemba up the stage from Link to VR. He's the CEO and founder of the company that's helped make the VR Lounge possible. Ed's a fantastic friend of ours. Ed and his team are all around. So if you have VR specific questions, please do engage with them. Ed, please tell everybody what they can expect and what we should do next.
Well, thank you very, very much, Dave. And what a great job everybody did. Can we just give them another round? I got to see how you guys are doing on your emojis here. So come on, light them up, right? All right. Very good. Very good. Excellent job. And kudos to all of you, by the way, for everybody being able to figure out how to get into this next platform of spatial computing. For those who didn't hear us talking about this earlier, we spoke about how, it wasn't that long ago that folks were just figuring out how to get Zoom and Teams to work properly. And now we're sort of jumping into this next stage of what comes after the flat meeting, right? So that's ultimately what we're able to experience here. And this hopefully is going to help you guys with your own organizations, because just as I'm sure you've started to notice, we've kind of hit the tipping point of XR, which is extended reality, which is the umbrella term for virtual, augmented, and mixed reality. And if you look at organizations like Epic, where they just closed a round of $1 billion as a raise for the metaverse, and the concept of the metaverse is very much what we're seeing here. It's the idea of a parallel twin that you can use for all sorts of different applications within your real life. So a simple example of that is a business, an organization is building a new headquarters. They've been able to create a virtual twin of their headquarters and determine how to best position it in regards to the sunlight that comes through the windows and things like that. And then, as you can imagine, there's many others. If you want to talk to us about any of those concepts for training or anything like that, feel free to find somebody with a blue hat. Take us aside, let us know. We'll be happy to help. Most importantly, today, it's about you guys getting to talk to the team from VxRail here. Dell Technologies. So we're going to set it up so you guys can go into the back, go to those conversation stations, have organic and natural discussions just like you would in real life. And if you have any issues at all, let us know. And then after you guys chat for a little while, in the last 10 minutes or so, if you guys want to explore this space, we may or may not have hidden some logos from the Verge User Lounge. So if you look behind you guys at the wall over there, you'll see the three little heads. Okay, so if you see those three little heads, really cool. Kudos to the marketing team for Converge Lounge. It symbolizes, community coming together. A lot of what we're experiencing here. So if you guys can find some hidden of those, and it goes to the Zoom folks too, by the way, you ought to also get involved in this. So you get entered to win a $100 gift card for Starbucks, and that's like 3 coffees. Okay, so I mean, it's a really, really good deal. So, but in all seriousness, you guys find
3
4
coffees.
more. So that's right. So there's 6 of those hidden in this environment. So in here somewhere, there's 6. Those are your first 2. If you find the other 4, then you just have to let our team know that you found it. You just go to anybody with a blue hat, let us know, put your name in for the entry, and then you get to possibly win $100 gift card. So most importantly, they'll go have fun, go to the conversation stations, look around that area. You might find something waiting for you. Okay. Well, thanks again and have fun, guys. Take care.
Awesome. Thanks, Ed. And subject matter experts, please just wander to your or find your way to your conversation stations near your equipment. Enjoy the games, folks, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hey.
Let's explore.
I think we got to go to our station.
All right, so so now that everyone is when they're done speaking, they're going to go and get set up in the conversation stations.
Hey, how are you?
And I'm going to actually go find
Matt.
Josh. He's going to be our roving reporter, and I'll let him introduce
I can't
himself.
hear you. Can you hear me?
So give me just a moment. We'll find him. Let's see.
Great. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Can't hear you.
Let's go find. There he is.
We gotta put the sound
Hey,
on
Josh.
the chair.
I turned him
So we
off.
have to map out
Oh,
the stairs.
I'm not unmuted.
Chad,
Here we
good
go.
to see you.
Hey, Josh, how's it going?
Showing up, man.
Hey,
Great.
how's it going?
It looks like you're pretty tall. You want to click that button on your controller,
Which button do I have?
the left controller button. If you like press it down like it's its own button, the thing you use to walk around, just like click it down, like into the controller, you'll sink to the ground a little
How's
bit.
your experience, Shannon?
So just click it, not pull it. Like you were flicking a lighter. Like there you go. That's it.
I can hear you.
Okay, there we go.
Cool. Yeah.
So if you want
Ed's recommendation, I'm not sitting in the
to,
chair
yeah,
anymore.
that's great. If we want to kind of hop over to the balcony for a second, you can away from some of the other sounds.
You move around.
We can
The only
you
difference
can introduce
the way I
yourself and we
perceive
can
you,
let everybody know what's
the way
going
I
on.
would normally perceive you if you're here with a headset is you move around rather rigidly, like you're.
All right. Right here.
Oh, there you are.
So why don't you introduce yourself to everybody on the Zoom here and let them know what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, it's fun stuff to play with.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Josh Abrams. I'm serving as your roving reporter with Dell Technologies, and we're going to try and get a few words with our presenters so we can have them talking directly to you guys. So, with Chris and Rick. And of course, if you have any questions, just pass them along here to Mark, and he'll pass them along to me, and we can ask the presenters directly when we get some time with them. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay. Cool. Let me take a look around here. I'm still kind of getting used to this virtual environment myself.
So if we wanted to,
Okay, so I see Chris already looks like he's in
It does, yeah.
conversation. Okay, and a sec.
see, we could come over to the, we got the PowerFlex over here. Yeah, VxRail. Yeah, that works. If you want to go talk to Rick at VxRail.
Well, I could only do the first 30 minutes because we had to come here early.
Have you checked
Oh,
to see
missed
if
a lot
your
of it.
headset
Hey, Rick.
is on full volume?
Hey, Mark.
How you doing? We got everybody on Zoom here and we got Josh next to you.
And if you push it
Other
towards
side.
your over your left.
There we go. That's better.
You're gonna take pictures of us?
Yeah, I could do that real quick. Give me one sec.
Yeah, I just turned
Oh.
mine up to full.
Take a quick photo.
Yeah.
Oh.
To
You have
you
to
know,
be
there's
careful
little
with this
things
because I
that-
don't know which
Um,
finger
There we
I'm
go.
holding up.
Allstate must have had a pretty heavy duty update because when I was doing some of the trainings earlier this
Well, the
week.
good news is the middle finger controls all three of those last few fingers, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, the problem was
Yeah, well, I'm always concerned. You never know.
Exactly.
I try not to be filmed doing bad things. It's not that I don't do bad things. I just don't want people to take pictures of me doing it.
Right. So how did you enjoy talking for the first
So
time?
Rick, it's
Go ahead,
Josh over
Josh.
here.
Sorry.
Chris kind of did.
Hey, how you doing?
Did the Zoom
Excellent.
Good. I just wanted to a couple follow-up questions. I really enjoyed your presentation out there in the auditorium, and
Thank
you know,
you.
you talked about all the great things that are happening, you know, that have happened so far here in 2021 from a VxRail perspective. I know you can't share everything, but if we can just go back and touch on a couple, like for example, seemed like dynamic nodes seemed like a really hot topic. You seem really passionate about it. Tell us what we can expect from there. What makes you so happy about those?
Well, like I said in the discussion, the value of the dynamic nodes is to give customers the ability to scale, compute, and store, right? Because there are workloads out there that are either really CPU intensive or really storage intensive, and that's always been a very difficult part for hyperconverged to kind of go after, right? Because we have to scale compute and storage simultaneously, right? So this is like a really hot area for us, and we also believe bringing the value of VxRail software into those dynamic nodes, not just compute nodes, right? It's a one-click update, and we take care of all the validated images, the
John.
BIOS, the firmware, the drivers, everything. So that's really
Yes, I was saying
bringing
we
that
wanted to
ease
keep
of
the blue
use
hat
into
countdown.
compute.
So, love your avatar, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Super cool.
What would you
Super cool.
say?
Okay. All right.
Maybe an example of
A little bit.
of a workflow that would be specific
Yes.
for dynamic
No,
nodes.
that's okay. Did you have something
You're
you
really
need to do
great for
first?
dynamic
It's okay
nodes.
if you do.
Okay, I'm gonna wander
Yeah, so
around
a lot of times, I
Oh,
mean,
there
you
we
think
go.
about
Yep,
some
yep,
really
yep.
like
Okay,
deep
hey guys,
databases,
thank you
right, where
everybody
they're
for being here. You
really
guys are
storage
awesome, and
intensive
we're trying
and
to let
very
some more
light
team
in
members
compute
so
or
thank you very
lighter
much.
in compute. You can get large storage pools going after those,
my first
and then
I'm
have
eating 'cause
kind of like a light
Nancy, good to
compute.
see you. Fantastic.
Alternatively,
Yeah,
you
here
could
we
do that
go.
within
Come
memory
on. Me
databases,
too,
but
me
just in
too.
reverse, right? And in memory databases, you need lots of memory, lots of
Okay,
like
so
processing
just
power.
grab
Then you can
everything
have
and put your
storage that's
like,
very
lay your thumbs
small
on top of the
that can
buttons.
store it, because that's really, it just loads from that
Well, your fingers are pointing, so if you
storage it runs in those memory environments.
I work on
But there are quite a few other
So
ones.
you
Oh,
should have-
and by the way, this is
okay.
my peer, Ash.
I'm
So,
Ash.
here's my hand.
Yeah, I was
gonna- I
If I
was-
take my index
Yeah, how you
finger
doing? I was gonna
and
Okay.
pull
I was
the
gonna
trigger,
also-
it goes down.
also
Boom.
mention that we've seen a lot of customers wanting to leverage their
That's
existing
weird.
storage investments, so they have a existing storage
Yeah, so
infrastructure.
that's like the trigger
And those
finger.
have a lot of
Think
rich
of
data
the
Oh, there we
services like
go.
like a
SRDF,
gun up top.
and so they want to
And
continue
then
leveraging
there's
those
like
investments,
this,
but they've already deployed
middle finger
significant
that
amount of
actually
infrastructure with
grabs
VxRail.
more
They've
there you
automated
go.
with it.
Now we
They
can
enjoy
do
the
it.
lifecycle management, all the
Hey,
serviceability
we have
capabilities
people that have
that
been
Rick
with
is
us
so
since the very
enthusiastic
beginning,
about, and so are our
Mhm.
customers. So they want to extend
to
that
practice
to
in
the rest of their
VR, this will
environment,
give you a
right? So
chance.
they've
You know what's
virtualized the
fun is
majority
going over
of
and
their
trying to play
environment
the
and moved
game.
it over to
Grab
HCI.
things if you
Now they
want.
want to extend that
If
same
you wanna
operational
throw some of
capability
the
over to
beanbags, or if you wanna
to their
throw
existing
some of the
storage
balls over
investments with
PowerFlex,
dynamic nodes.
or there's
Okay,
hoops
great.
over
Ash, thanks a
blocks.
lot. Just really quick, and then
Okay.
I'll let you guys
But
get
if you wanted to
going,
pick
talk
up
to
the
some
beer,
other folks. But
just
you know,
point
obviously
your
VMworld is
pointer
coming up soon.
at the
Ash, I
beer.
know that you have a breakout session or two
You've got
happening
Yeah,
there,
I
maybe
think
a V brown bag
I
session
played
along the
with
way.
that before with
Rick, you know, if you guys can just comment on that,
training
what
thing with all
can
the
what
rockets
can these folks
and
expect when they
and
register for
everything?
VMworld that they
Like
can
the
see from you
Oculus
guys,
training. That
or
was
you know, from
actually quite
VxRail in
fun.
general?
I stayed up way
Yeah,
too
so
late.
4 sessions we have personally participating with
I did.
several of my peers in 2 sessions. One will be around the edge and how we're
Yeah.
Cool.
rolling
Wander
out
around.
new
I'm gonna try
capabilities
to
in the
find,
product line and new
I'm gonna
feature
go out
sets.
and say
Again,
hi to
don't want
Scott
to spoil
Redburn
the
and
surprise,
Rock
but
folks.
really
They're out
a
by
focus
hoops.
around the company is on the edge, and you'll see
Stanley
some advancements and some new capabilities we're
No.
putting out there with VxRail.
Hey, Chris.
And then the second session will be
Chris, he's right
kind
here.
of an extension
Chris?
of the use cases and discussion you highlighted
Can
today
I
on the
introduce
dynamic
you to
nodes is
Nancy Hurley?
how you can use VxRail
And it's
dynamic nodes to
interesting,
address the use cases with HCI mesh
Hello.
as well as
Awesome.
with existing storage to get that story out there and
on the
to
board of the
really
Converged user
evangelize
group.
the
He
value.
was at Celtic Manor. He was a reference
Okay,
customer.
Ash,
with
thanks a lot.
VxRail doing
Rick,
the
anything to add?
Because
Nope.
pandemic.
Ash has got it.
You got it?
We're kind of a team here.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome, awesome.
Change jobs.
Okay, cool. Mark, let me just check with you really quick. Did any questions come in from
Yeah, let me do
Zoom folks?
another
We'll let these
quick
guys go
check
for now.
there. Do you guys have any questions you want me to ask?
user
You can ask Rick or Ash, either one.
He's got them up and running on
I think
I
we're
don't see-
set. We haven't heard anything yet, but if anyone has questions,
It's okay
please
if
let
there's no
us know.
questions now. These guys will be
Thank you.
around, and I can grab them. You know, we can grab them later in the.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Enjoy your beer.
Thank you.
Be here.
Rick, I had
Thank you so
myself
much.
a nice
There you
frosty
go.
beverage after speaking for so long.
Go
And-
for it.
Gotta
Catch
love
up with
the
you
fat
guys
player.
later.
And Josh, if we want to try to pull anyone out towards the balcony area next time, since there's so many people around, it makes it a little easier for the Zoom people to kind of hear what's going on.
Sorry
Oh,
about
no,
that.
it's fine. No
You're getting
worries.
in the spirit of fall.
October.
So I'm the
Yeah.
marketing.
Okay.
What's that?
Let's just back off for a little bit, and then we'll try and
Yeah,
grab.
thanks
Chris.
again, guys.
And we'll grab
Oh,
him
whoops.
outside. Giving him daggers.
Mouse was off. Want to talk to Chris Stanley?
How's my audio?
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll kind of head over that way. Don't want to interrupt or anything.
Like I said, this,
And what they want. And
given
give
where
them
Chris.
feedback.
I've used
So
Rail since
I
2017.
think that's the benefit to the product. team.
Something
The
that I
product
always
team,
wanted, because a couple of guys that have come from Celtic Manor with me to my new place.
Well, if there's anything.
They're very
I
au fait
can
with
do to help out,
configuration,
that'd be
you know,
good.
the Excel
That would
documents,
be
the
great. Nice
networking,
to
what we
meet
need.
you.
So that self-deploy is
Okay, bye.
something that we were trying out for, so it helps.
Josh, while you're getting,
things up for us.
while you're working on getting his attention, we'll walk around for a second. So just grab my attention when you're ready, okay?
As I've moved into this role now, having
Okay.
data
All right, so
centers,
everybody on Zoom, we're going to kind of look around and see if we can find some of those
America, US,
hidden
UK,
VR
that-
converged logos.
be able
Think
to
of them
deploy
kind of
them.
like
If we can have
hidden
Dell
Mickeys, if you know what those are.
representatives deploy, we can't get
They we just kind of hit them around the space. And so if you guys see anything, just point it out, or anywhere you want me to look, let me know. And while he's grabbing Chris's attention, we can kind of start looking around and playing that.
Some customers that.
So in the past, the Zoom people, everyone on Zoom has done a really good job of finding them. Any scavenger hunts that we've done, it's been a really fun to kind of get everybody involved and see what everybody wants to do. One by the tips and tree. Yep, there it is. Let's see. So we are going to go ahead and type one by the tips. There we go. Okay, actually, I'm going to mute myself inside of alt space so that I don't give it away. There's one. Awesome. All right, let's see. Let's look around. I'm going to stay in this room though, because I know he's going to need to get my attention in a minute.
So I've got a little
Let's
bit of
look around.
experience working with those guys, so hopefully.
We have games
It's
over
great
here.
to start to see it change a little bit.
Hey
We've
guys,
had a lot of year-to-game days.
that's what happens when the headset is taken off on the left here.
I would not
So that's fun.
Somebody on the floor next to you.
Hi, guys.
I think it's one that.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens when someone decides to
Just checking in on
pop
us or
out.
what?
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing good. Just chatting about power.
You guys having a good time?
Yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
Allison. See you're back.
Hi, hold on. I'm standing up now. I got to find my hand. And then I got to put them on. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Not the apex side.
Yeah,
Okay,
people
that
are a
looks
lot
better.
more flexible
There you go.
inside of alt
My
space.
headset was slipping, and then I had to plug into the wall, so I'm standing next to my wall now.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll
almost.
keep my fingers crossed that my stage
Okay, we'll look around for just a second.
charged here.
I think we can go behind the bar here.
Right before this,
Get a drink.
so I got the
There we go.
warning. How do you pick up those balls? Oh, stand here.
Oh,
Am I
I
in
didn't mean to throw the bottle at somebody. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Good, how are
Great.
you?
Yeah, I think just found that one. I actually don't know where these are, so.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right.
Trying to see if the tap is working. I think so.
No, we got beers over here on the table we can pick up, or the bar.
I'll come out of the way here a little.
6-pack. Picked up right here. We gotta see if Chris is ready real quick, guys.
Okay. Where's my wall?
All
There
that'll
it
still
is.
exist. I have got to actually probably
so,
a little. Justin
Yeah,
Jones.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of those.
Hey, Josh.
I had to be on this end
Our
of
team
the
lead for the park
and
for
Hey.
this Zoom.
let me see if I can
No, that's fine. We can hop over
to,
to we can hop over to James and everybody over here off the power on the PowerFlex side for now if you'd like.
You've got that.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me follow you. So I'm not sure where you want me to
Okay,
go.
let's just come over this way then.
Event that we're doing as well.
Yes, yeah, I'll be there before Easter.
That's a win. That's a win.
Six
When you know Easter started, Christmas lights are down.
There we go. So this is our PowerFlex area here with the conversation station. And so who's our SME over here?
Every time I would go.
How do I put it down?
Hello.
Hello.
She goes, she's got a six-pack.
Just reach over, like.
Got Matt.
What happened to it?
And myself.
I'm James. All right, Matt and James. Sorry.
How's it going?
If you guys have a moment, we're actually over here in Zoom
Okay, how are you?
right now. We've got a group of people here in Zoom checking everything out. I'm kind of working like a cameraman here. And so we're just kind of going around and interviewing everyone, seeing what everybody's up to. So Josh, if you want to move somebody, see if they're available to move out on the balcony, we're good there.
Okay, cool. James, you mind? Can we take you out on the balcony for a minute? Talk with our Zoom folks. Let us know what you specialize in.
Right here.
Yeah.
Well, we just
Matt
head out.
along as well.
It's still very much kind of a beta experience.
Over this way.
So I don't necessarily recommend.
Whoops. Let me get him again.
If you wanted to do something maybe.
Hey guys, if we want, we can come over here to the balcony, out to the corner there, on the other side of the basketball goal.
Okay.
And it's a lot quieter. If you want to follow me, I'll walk
This way?
instead of teleport.
You can
Hey,
play
Shelley.
video on the main screen, the presentation.
There we
Over here?
Yeah, it's a lot quieter over here. PC version of the app tends to pick up on background noises a little bit more than the VR side. So it's nice to be in a little quieter of an area. This is perfect. Thank you guys.
Okay. Cool. So we have James Hall. We have Matt Paul. You guys are
Yep.
kind of introduce yourselves to our Zoom audience, if you don't mind, in the form of Mark and myself. And can you guys tell us a little bit about what your specialty is and what you're working on these days?
Sure, I'll go first. I'm Matt Paul, and I run product management for PowerFlex, and so we're busy working on shipping products and creating great roadmaps for customers, and making sure we do the best to have drive on term deliveries and those kind of things. We just recently launched a version that had some really interesting features we could spend some time on, but that's essentially what I work on and what my team does.
Okay, sounds good. And James?
And I'm Jim Hall. Jim Hall or
Sorry,
James
Jim.
with Dell.
I'm reacting
that's
off your
fine.
name in GR.
Yeah, that's all good. I'm with Dell Digital. I'm a customer of Dell's products and solutions, and PowerFlex is one of those solutions that we deploy internally inside of Dell, and we've had great success with it.
Okay, well, great. I'm glad to have you guys both aboard here. Matt, you alluded to some new features and functions, things you're working on, without revealing anything we're not allowed to reveal just yet. If you could just touch on that a little bit, that'd be great.
Well, I think Rick did a good job talking about a lot of the great things coming with 15G. And so PowerFlex is heavily working on that, aligning that, working towards a launch. Jim and I were actually just talking about some of the performance features we're seeing on the SDS side with the new product, really outstanding. So we're excited to kind of get that up and going. We've also been working on validations with some of the different public clouds running on premise, like Google Anthos and Azure Arc and Amazon EKS. So lots of interesting things in that space.
Okay, yeah, that all sounds great. We want to be able to work with as many different companies as we can, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
And
looking
Jim, can you give
forward
us
to.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying, one of the new features we're really interested in is in the 3.6 version, some enhancements there, and the SDS proxy and some of the network enhancements to network failure detection and things like that are we're actively testing that and getting ready to roll that out. So.
Okay, great, great.
sorry.
How long you mentioned you've been using PowerFlex a while? Roughly how long have you been a quote unquote PowerFlex customer?
Well, I would say probably, Dell EMC, we've been at it since its inception when it was Scale.io. And we've really adopted it as part of our modern data center strategy around, say, 2017 timeframe, and it ramped up. It was mainly focused at database workloads and our Dell Data Lake, which is our high performance compute platform and data analytics and all that. So, and it's just kind of grown throughout.
Nice. So how do you guys feel about this whole VR experience like you had today?
That wouldn't be that bad, honestly.
I think it's pretty awesome. It's a good way to connect with customers, and in this space, pretty cool. I haven't been able to do this in a while.
Yeah, it has. It kind of gets rid of that Zoom fatigue,
I
right?
agree.
Yeah,
very true. We had some experience at Dell Tech World this year, and this is definitely a nice follow-up.
Absolutely, and you guys both be attending. Speaking of shows, right? You guys going to both be attending VMworld?
Yeah, I'll definitely attend, and depending on where we can get some time in line, but that's the idea for sure.
Okay, cool. What? Any specific topics that you guys are looking to learn more about?
I'm really interested in more of the SDN space and smart NICs and things like that, because we have a huge SDN presence in our, we're a huge NSX shop. So, we're 100%. So just seeing what's going on there, and also, future GPU and other types of features within VMware. So that's what I'm highly interested in.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah,
and
there'll be a
VMware
lot.
being.
Sorry.
Hi, Nancy.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, hi, I'm Nancy. There's going to be actually, I mean, VMware definitely will be talking quite a bit about what we call Project Monterey, but the smart NICs. And there'll be a little bit about VxRail with them, because VxRail is our first implementation of the Project Monterey within Dell. So you'll hear a little bit about that.
Oh, thanks, Nancy.
Okay. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Mark, any questions from our?
Not at the
Zoom
moment.
audience?
Yeah, if you guys didn't know that, Nancy, it looks like we've got Sue over here as well. We have our Zoom here looking through my eyes, as it were. So if you wanted to say hi to anyone on the Zoom, then they're here watching. But we do not have any specific questions here that I see.
They've been working on that for
Okay, cool. Well,
Okay.
we'll
We're
let these
getting
folks
excited
go on and.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sorry, Sue. Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, we're getting excited and gearing up.
Oh, very cool. Your audio is a little garbled. One thing you can do, Sue, that you can
You're
fix
breaking
is
up a
if you
little.
mute yourself and unmute yourself, it'll kind of clear your voice. You can try again. Sorry.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hi, Matt.
Maybe that helps. I'm not sure.
Hello.
It's
a pretty interesting in here, huh?
People to listen. So I'm
crazy.
excited to use.
Yeah.
I like this. But I'm so look, we could have our one-on-one.
Okay.
It's true.
Well, that's good. I hope you guys have a lot of fun, okay?
Although we might talk about NDA stuff, so perhaps we should.
Yeah, a little dangerous.
Thank you to both of you.
Sue, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Could be. That's kind
Try
of
not to take up any more of your time.
I assumed
You guys go mingle. We'll mingle ourselves. We'll see if we can get a hold of Chris or some other folks we can chat with for the Zoom audience.
Yeah,
Sound
sure.
good?
That sounds great.
Okay. Okay, guys. We'll catch up with you later.
Thank
Thanks
everybody.
again.
Thank you.
However, that could change. Like
So, James, I'm curious.
having your own custom world makes it so we could just go, oh well, what platform do you want to do next?
See him in here right now.
There's that.
Everybody seemed to move out on.
Yeah, they
patio.
did.
Balcony.
Josh,
Geese.
did you guys get a chance to talk to Scott Redfern at VX?
I haven't gotten over there yet.
No, we haven't.
That's why Unity is the best. Is the
All right,
best
yeah, he's
platform.
available.
I
He's
was
talking with
on
Chris
another
Stanley right now,
platform
but you,
immersed.
yeah, let's
Sounds
teleport
good.
over there.
That looks pretty
You all
good.
right?
Yeah, I think I've heard about
Yeah.
it. It's every day it feels like there's
All right, I'm
Hey,
bringing
guys.
you the
Whoa.
Zoom.
Hey
Okay.
there.
Scott.
Ace, thanks a lot. Scott, Josh Abrams, you may remember me from other Converge user group events.
I do. Yes, I do.
Great, great. So
How are you?
I'm with Mark here, from Link to VR, and he's got our big our Zoom audience, so the folks who aren't in VR but you're joining through Zoom, and just want to check in with you, like how are you enjoying the event so far?
It's fantastic. This is my third event. I love doing them. Such a different experience to feel like I'm talking next to someone who could be in Florida, could be in Texas, in the UK, but you feel like you're standing right alongside of them. So I love the new format and the experience to be able to do that and feel closer to being together again.
Yeah, that's a great experience.
Sounds
It's
great.
really nice.
Feel the same way.
Yeah.
So you're standing here at the VX Blocks conversation station. Any new updates? Anything you want to share with our Zoom audience regarding VX Blocks?
The big area that we have the most exciting announcements that we have recently, next, as Rick was saying, we'll hold on for there, but we've moved into embracing and integrating the VMware Cloud Foundation on top of the VX Block 1000, so that we can have a more orchestrated and automated experience and a simplified experience for customers embracing all of the VMware suite of tools and capabilities. So that was a big effort for us to get there, and now we're working on the lifecycle management simplification of that part.
Okay, that all sounds great. So I'm assuming you're already registered for VMworld?
I am, yes.
It's awesome.
Good work, good work.
And I
am
think
as
I'll
well.
even be at the VR experience on, what's it, the 4th or the 6th, somewhere around there?
Well, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, probably. I'd have to go back and look. Probably the 6th.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I know it's in my calendar somewhere.
Right.
So I take it you're not presenting, but perhaps you'll attend some of the breakout sessions, V Brown Bag, things like that.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, what have you got your eye on? I'm assuming probably some VCF, some VMware Cloud Foundation.
I've signed up for it, but I haven't gone in and picked all of my sessions yet, so I'm behind on that part.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Mark, any questions from our Zoom
It
audience?
doesn't look like it. I think we are actually about to wrap on the Zoom. I'm going to probably head them around and kind of see if I can help them find the last couple of hidden Converge logos and start wrapping this meeting.
Okay, great.
So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate everything.
Thank you, everyone.
So,
Thanks, Mark.
yeah, thank you, Josh.
Thanks, everybody on the Zoom call.
Appreciate it.
See you later.
Have a good time.
Thanks.
All right, so let's see if we can go find these last things. We'll have a few
Yeah, I
minutes.
think it's called.
I do know they're in here. So let's go see if we can find them.
Quick one. How are you?
Hey, Ed. Hey, Chris.
Cheers.
I know we're getting ready
Cheers,
to
everybody
wrap
on
up
Zoom.
here in the Zoom.
I was gonna say that we're wrapping
Yeah,
up.
if you guys have anything to say, I'm trying to find those last two. You guys don't know where those last two logos are in here, do you? I know they're in here.
Did you check backstage?
Let me look around here real quick.
Did you check backstage? So
Looking now. Let's see. Backstage. Let's see. Yep. Check it out. There it is. Nice. And you are killing it. You're finding them all. Let's see. Where's the next one?
Technically, it's
All
funny.
right, we have those.
Hey, Mark.
Yes.
Oh. So Chris asked a good question. I don't think those technically count, do they?
The ones up there, no. I was I was wondering if that would cause any confusion,
But
actually.
I was gonna say, but we could go ahead and let some people get away with it.
Right, exactly.
So if you find two more, Chris, we'll put you in the drawing. So, but the next.
This is actually one of the things we like to point out in VR sometimes about how detailed you can get on some of the products and things of that nature. So, it matches all the, oh, there's another one. It matches exactly kind of what the product looks like and things of that nature. You can get pretty detailed in here, which is a really cool thing. So if you're ever wanting to take advantage of this, you always can. But I don't want to just keep rambling on here. So, Anne, is there anything else that you want to say before we wrap?
No, I just wanted to say thank you for taking us on the tour, Mark. We appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for joining. It's fun to do something a little bit different and outside of the normal Zoom. So we hope everybody enjoyed it. Please share your feedback with us. Like I said, we're continuing to evolve this, and we look forward to bringing more events with this type of experience to everyone. So please share your thoughts, and we look forward to seeing you at one of the many events we have coming up on September 30th.
Lost you. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. I think I lost you there for a second, Anne. Oh. Nope. Yeah, thanks everybody. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun, and we'll try to get everyone that's that was on the call here entered into the drawing to get the $100 gift card. So I'll get the emails and things from Anne just so we can get you all entered into it. So thanks everybody. There we go. Hey, Anne, sorry.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi dropped.
It's okay.
It was just wrapping up and it dropped. But again,
I thought it was me for a second.
No, you're good. Thank you all for joining and hanging in there with us. We appreciate it. And reach out if you have any questions. Again, we look forward to seeing you at a future event. Thank you.
I was actually saying that I was going to try to get everyone's email. If you don't mind sending everyone who is here on the call, if you don't mind sending their emails along to the support email, the support at Link to VR, and just letting them know that this is a list of people to be entered into the drawing for the $100 gift card. That would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have that from the registration, so we'll be entering everybody.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.